Las Vegas starts now.
Yeah, we'll see. 50-50, Chad.
You have to hear through your monitors.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was.
Sing it, brother.
Mr. Scott Whitney.
Hey, rule number one when you're a broadcaster, turn off your phone so you're not getting text messages at the beginning. And welcome, everybody, to the Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. Oh, that's music to my ears. And hey, let me be the first to congratulate them. Why? Because you're watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from Vegas, from, wait for it, locals, people who live in Vegas.
That's what I am.
Stop it. It's true.
Finally,
which means we're not only going to talk about what it's like to live here. Nope. We're going to talk adventures. Hanging out downtown, Fremont Street, the Strip, other cool places in the valley. And by the way, if you're a tourist or a fan, or you might even be thinking about moving to our little city here, then guess what? This show is like your own secret handshake. That's what you used to do. Secret handshake. Yeah. To all things cool and groovy. Hey, we're live the first and third Tuesday of every month at 7 o'clock Pacific time, PM. At VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Again, VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. I would invite you to come on over and join us and have a good time. We've got people from all over this great, big, beautiful world. We've got people from Canada. And here's why they come. They're insane. They don't know any better. They have no life. God bless their little hearts. But we love them for that. And part of what we do to make them appreciate us and show that we appreciate them is that we give them a little pre-show. For example, today's pre-show was me running around yelling at Nick because Nick likes to be yelled at. It's kind of a thing. You should have been here last week. Nick,
come on.
Nick wanted to kill himself. Nick, remember 2 weeks ago we did a show on dating? Nick did not get fucked in the way that he wanted to. It's kind of sad, really.
We need that Price is Right, like when they,
So I'm feeling kind of down about Nick. I'm trying to make him feel better. So far, I'd say he's doing a pretty good job. Feel good about that. But so that you get to watch the pre-show, and then after the big show is done, that's when the magic happens. It's Vegas Video Network 2.0, Vegas Video Network After Dark. We talk about things that we just weren't quite comfortable talking about during the main show.
We bust out the fog machine. Turn the lights down a little bit.
It's fucking awesome. By the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa, buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? I am the owner of the Vegas Video Network, so on behalf of all the shows here, thanks for watching. On behalf of this groovy little podcast, thanks for watching as well. I'm not here by myself, though. Nope. I am joined by he who remains mysterious, he who can tell you the opening to the People's Court. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Pimpin' Wayne, everybody.
Thank you. You'll just step right here down the hallway. We've got some documents for you to sign.
Well, guess what, Pimpin' Wayne? We've got a new person that I saw. I'm not going to even ask you the over-under because we're shooting for 60 minutes for every show now.
Correct.
We're just doing it.
And if we're as punctual as we are when we start, it'll be the Jerry Lewis telethon after a while. We'll have to take our little bow tie off and, yeah.
You're killing me.
Let's go to the big board.
You're killing me.
Do that again, Wayne, please.
Please don't wait. I don't want to see him cry twice in the same day. He calls me. I'm on vacation next week.
So borderline.
I know. I gotta say it. So I'm on vacation. First of all, okay, I gotta say it. It was so weird, but funny and sad, kind of. Yeah. And so I'm on vacation last week in Mexico, and my vacation basically means I get up at 7. I find a nice place to sit by the pool, and beginning 10 o'clock, mudslides. And I just start hitting mudslides. So I'm in a pretty good, happy mood all the time. And And I think it was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we talked? Wednesday? Yeah. So, oh yeah, it was Wednesday. Right. And so he did a show for us, and it didn't quite go the way you wanted it. So we decided not to do it or put it out there. And I got on the phone with him. I'm in Mexico. I'm 15 fucking mudslides in. I'm in a pretty good mood, and I hear Nick get on there, and Nick's like, I'm like, oh shit! I think he's gonna start crying. Oh my god!
It was close.
Oh my god! It's just a fucking
In through
show,
the nose
man.
and out through the mouth, Nick.
I was really, oh my god, I gotta take care of this guy. I don't want him to fucking shoot himself, especially in my studio.
Oh, yeah.
But in general, so,
Can you
but he's
imagine the smell by the time you get back?
but he's back and he's okay and life will be good. We have a brand new person in the live chat, Don Florkey.
Okay.
Don's from Detroit.
The famous Florkey family.
That's right. Let's play a noise for Don. First, the screaming man, and then, of course, you must have the gunshot sound for Detroit. He discovered us a year and a half ago on the YouTube by watching Talk Tales, a show that we haven't done in about 4 years.
I remember
5
that.
years.
I was a PA on that show.
You were more than a PA.
Well,
You were
I mean,
the person who got us beers, too.
right. Yeah, I was craft services as well.
So welcome, Don. We appreciate you having you here. Let's begin the big show. Hold on. Get ready. Get ready there. Pretty soon you're going to be hitting. Not yet. Not yet. Here comes the F10 pretty soon. Just telling you.
My finger's over.
I don't know. Friends, I think we've let you down a little bit. We do a lot of things here on the show. We talk about dating.
Oh, yes.
We talk about
Pitfalls
living
and
here.
perils.
We talk about potential
ups and
suicide. There's a lot of things that we talk about. And one of the main parts of our show is our email, reading the emails that we get from people. One of the things that we have fallen down on, and I blame Wayne for this completely, is we haven't read an email in about, well, since the last blog post.
Here on the Living in Las Vegas podcast
and blog. So I haven't done a blog post in a while, and I don't feel like I've read an email for a while. So we're going to be dedicating this show to listener email. Nice. Wayne! Whoa, yeah! Can't tell if that sounded good or not. Okay.
As Stevie Wonder would say, man, just seeing that giant question mark box just really warms the cockles of my heart.
Stevie Wonder wouldn't even know. We would just tell him, "Oh yeah, that's a nice picture of you, Steve." He'd be like, "Thanks, brother." Okay, here we go. First question comes from Paul.
Well, we're out of, we just already broke the format. We just went over the rules. Scott reads the boys, and question mark box reads the girls.
Boy, girl, boy.
All right, we'll just assume Paul's transgendered.
Jeez, man. Get on it.
And apparently, maybe not serving in the armed forces. Who knows? Anyways, I digress. Hi, Scott and Wayne. Just wanted to thank you for welcoming me on the last show.
You're welcome.
Yes, the people in the live chat are really cool.
They are.
I love the podcast.
Nice.
I've visited Vegas before, but I can't wait to go back since I'll enjoy it even more next because of your show.
Thanks.
Sincerely, signed Condor 954, Paul from Minneapolis.
Condor 954 is actually in the live chat right now, so we're going to give it, an angel sound.
He could have, but I feel like Paul, really, to get his money's worth, Paul could have asked a question.
Paul, you're in the live chat. Ask a question right now, otherwise we're going to make one up. Fair enough. Paul's question is, if I continue to beat my wife, will I go to jail if I move to Las Vegas?
The answer is only if you leave visible marks.
Right, so if you're going to beat your wife, what the hell is wrong with us? Jesus Christ. Paul.
Keep that in North Las Vegas.
Paul just recently won a Vegas Video Network Visor, And he has promised to send a picture so he can be part of the Galaxy of the Gods, which, by the way, we're going to be doing a little bit later, and it will go perfectly. When I said Galaxy of Gods, you should have seen. You should.
Yeah.
You know,
I want my own camera.
Do you just really?
I just think.
Do you want to capture the mental breakdown?
I really got to do.
during this one, or do you want to wait till after dark?
I kind of want to. I kind of think we should put a camera on him just so you can see the sheer terror that is associated with working with me. God damn it, these fucking headphones. Can't stand them. God, I just get them off me. I feel like I'm being tangled up. Monster grippy
So our
grip.
next email.
Jesus Christ.
Well, Scott.
Go ahead and read it. Read it. Just
Well,
read it.
Scott strips down and Floyd. I love
The
Floyd.
barber.
Floyd the barber. Floyd wants to write.
Where does
Scott?
Floyd the barber come from? Do you know?
Floyd is from.
I meant Floyd the barber. Do you know what that reference is?
I don't. No.
The Andy Griffin Show.
Griffith, you mean?
Or Griffith.
Good,
Okay.
good try.
Just-
Hey, Scott wants to, or Floyd wants to say Scott.
Hey,
So apparently,
you're out.
I'm out of this one.
Just
so.
read it then.
Scott. First, I want to say,
Yes.
longtime fan ever since he caught my first show 2 years ago on a random trip to Vegas.
Nice.
I'm writing this between episode 300 and 302.
So we're a little tardy.
So let's call it 301.
Okay.
I usually watch a show a couple of days after they've aired. YouTube is
Wait a
the
minute.
best
He doesn't
place.
watch this live?
Well,
The end.
I mean, it's Tuesday, so we're competing against, I think, American Ninja Warrior and, Jeopardy! Jeopardy's on at 7.
well, that's
so, I mean, Alex Trebek, it's longevity. YouTube's the best place for him to currently stream your show.
Good.
This is unfortunate on my part because I always miss the live chat and the many people who partake in the live chat. That being said, if I was to, say, receive reminders or pop-ups on my phone or my YouTube
That's nice.
account to join in the live chat 15 minutes before a live chat begins,
Ooh, I like that.
well, hot damn, that would be
damn.
a great idea.
That's a good idea.
I would gladly pay for that reminder.
Wait
to
a minute.
view my
Why did you
favorite
say that?
Content.
Hold on.
Now,
That
no
doesn't seem
amounts are
true.
listed. He didn't include a blank check, so
Okay, so what he wants is he wants me to send him a reminder 15 minutes before the show.
yes.
And who is this?
This is Floyd.
Does he say anything else?
Yes. Side note, most YouTube viewers think their one click on the thumbs up is payment enough for watching anyone's free content on their downtime.
Most YouTube watchers are shits.
Not because it's right, but because there's little information out there to state otherwise. I do not have enough information to make an educated guess as to what you have to offer for paid content, especially if I'm going to crack open the old ball.
This is part one, part two. First, he's asking for a reminder. Then he's asking about I've talked about doing a premium version of the show.
Also, he loves the Travel Eat Learn couple. Floyd,
Well,
you can write this to Scott. Travel Eat Learn, they're great. Yeah. I'm
so
just
Travel Eat
gonna-
Learn, their show ended this last week. They're getting out of the travel business. What was that for?
Nothing.
Yeah, what happened? What are you
Nothing. You just keep talking.
What are you doing?
Don't
Where
pay any
are you going?
I'm just going to do something really, really quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Nichols, everybody.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
Well, we're trying to figure out what you're
Can I
doing.
get, whoa, he's doing this. Can I get
Oh,
makeup
look
in
at
here?
you dropping.
Excuse me.
There you
Pardon
go.
me.
Can I get makeup in here to kind of
That's good.
touch me up a little bit?
Okay.
For all of you who are listening to the audio version of that, I bet you that sounded fan-fucking-tastic. Okay, part one and part two, and that was from who?
I don't know. I forgot his name already.
Floyd. Better?
Somebody who didn't care enough about me.
So first one.
remember his
So
name.
Floyd, I'm going to save you. Normally, if you wanted me to send you a reminder 15 minutes before, first of all, that doesn't seem like it's early enough. Who knows what you can be doing in 15 minutes? I know some people who take 15 minutes to do a lot of things. Like, for example, decide where a microphone should go.
18 minutes officially.
That's fucked up. I'm sorry. That's not right. I really should put a camera on you, a meltdown camera, where you just watch him going. He starts to shake. Now, here's a tip.
You can almost see the aneurysm growing.
Why? What is that pulsing vein on your forehead? Is that a bad thing or a good thing? So the first thing is I'm going to say this to Floyd. Floyd, he's a technology department head at some place, so he's got to be smart.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a smart guy.
My name doesn't appear anywhere in his email, but continue.
But let me just say this. Instead of me charging you $25 a day for your 15-minute reminder, here's a thought. Do what I do. Go, because otherwise I'd forget I'm doing a show. Go into your calendar. It might be Gmail. It might be Outlook. You may have a fucked up iPhone, and then you have to figure out how that thing works. But I'm sure they have reminders. You can do reminders on an iPhone, can't you?
I can, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So here's what you do.
Yeah.
So
Just
on the
get 'em out.
first and third Tuesday, just put your own little reminder there. Say 6 o'clock. Start at 6 o'clock. That'll give you an hour to finish up dinner. Maybe,
hour to an hour and a half.
right?
Just dependent upon.
We've been a little tardy since we've decided to take this little thing on the road, but that's okay. We're getting it together, baby. We're getting it together. And give yourself a reminder. With regards to the payment thing, I just got back from vacation. I can't be thinking about this stuff right now. I've been toying with several ideas for paid content. One of which is every other Tuesday do a paid version of the show. That's a bit more in depth, more content driven, based upon what people want, huh?
More dick pics.
More dick pics. I guess we could all look at Wayne now and know that Wayne likes dick pics.
Well, I'm just saying for the. I love how my key dissolved in right there. Yes, yeah.
There it is.
No.
Wayne asked for dick pics. Okay.
I said there'd be more of that.
But I'm still thinking about it. And actually, I have an idea for another show that I've been playing around with for about a couple years, a year or so. That is super short, but very, very relevant for folks who are primarily coming here as tourists, as opposed to people who are coming here to move. We get a lot of people who watch our show, actually, who are thinking of moving to Las Vegas. It's a pretty high percentage of the emails that we get are people thinking about moving to Las Vegas, asking about it, where should we live. As a matter of fact, I think we've got a couple today that reach out to that. Okay, but I do appreciate the email. Okay, next email is from Teresa. I'll read this one if you don't mind. Teresa writes, "Hello, Scott.
In your best dynamic range, please."
Teresa writes, "Hello, Scott. Now what's the matter? Does your director always swear while doing a show, or is it a new thing? I noticed that when you did the first 300 shows, you never swore when you were directing. Not when you were doing the show, but it seems that the person who's directing now seems like he cusses quite a bit. Is he going to be okay? What does that mean? Why is he flipping you off right now? That seems very unpleasant and not very professional. I'm worried about the vein that's pulsing on his forehead right now. If he has an aneurysm, do you have a mop? Are you on carpet, or is it?" We're on cement, so okay.
It'll blend right into that red carpet.
No one will know.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Teresa writes, "Hello, Scott. I watch your show all the time on the YouTube. Thanks for the great commentary. I am a 59-year-old African American woman who is a bookkeeper by trade. I am moving to Las Vegas in June of 2017, which means she's here."
Yeah.
Okay,
What's her name?
Teresa.
Welcome, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa. By the way, this email was written prior to that, so that's why we're focusing on emails, because I'm behind.
Teresa's already moved back to Poughkeepsie.
Right, she's like, he doesn't talk to us anymore. Why should we even talk to him? All right, I will continue. I lived in Chicago and had some extremely hard times for the last 3 years. I mean, extremely. I'm not crazy, a drug addict, or an alcoholic. I just needed to leave depressing Chicago. La 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 la.
We get a gunshot for Chicago because I think they got a worse problem than
they got a
Detroit
horrible
does.
problem. My health was failing me, and now I'm back on my feet. All right. I now receive Social Security disability. I've been wanting to move to Las Vegas for 3 decades, and now is the time. Life is short, and I hate Chicago. Here are our questions. 3 questions. Number 1, is there a cheap motel with weekly rates that I can move to that is safe? I do not want to pay over $200 for the week, including taxes, where I will not get murdered. I think that's a fair thing. So I don't have a lot of insight on cheap motels where you don't get murdered, but I do know of one that's just around the corner, right by Palace Station.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. And I don't know the name of it. Oasis? Is that right?
Oh.
No. Is that what it's called?
No, that's not what it's called.
Yeah, so this is a place, hopefully she hasn't been shot and murdered already. So Sahara, so here's 15, here's 15, here's Sahara, here's Palace Station, which is being renovated in a big way. And right there, just west of Palace Station, is the Siegel Suites. I know of somebody who has lived there for years, I think, if I remember correctly. And he has not been murdered, and he continues to thrive. So that would be the only place I know. I mean, the truth of the matter is, the easter you go, the more trouble you're likely to run into. For example, our director, who lives somewhere on the east side, I believe. I don't know. Question number 2. Unfortunately, I will be on the bus. Do buses run everywhere? We have a decent bus system here, don't we? Wow, was that a pompous thing to say? I understand that there's buses here.
Yeah, that was a one percenter.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, as I'm trying to turn right, I get stuck behind him in my Buick. I have to lay on the horn.
What have we learned today?
Change my satellite radio station.
Scott was at an all-inclusive last week, and then he has to answer the bus question.
Bus service is comparable to any
shitload of buses.
regular-sized city. Gosh.
We actually did a show, or I'm not sure if you were on that show or not, about being able to live on minimum wage. No, I think that was a solo show. One of the saddest shows in my life, by the way. And I said that part of the way that you are able to survive here on minimum wage is that you use a bus instead of a car. So I think the buses are, I mean, shit, they're all over the place where I see. So
I don't. That's a tough question. I know you didn't ask my opinion, but I don't even like that Siegel Suites next to Palace.
Well, listen, you're not going to...
I think the answer to her question, honestly, I hate to say it, is no. I think short-term motels...
Oh, about the hotels, you mean?
Yeah.
Motels? No, so I actually know that the Siegel Suites are okay. I know that because I know a guy, and I'll tell you, we'll tell you after dark who he is.
And he hasn't been murdered.
You know him.
I'm sure I do, especially because you just said I do, so I believe you. So I mean, I know a guy that did a lot of things. That's just a terrible rationale.
Well, it's not what I would recommend. I wouldn't want my mom to live there. She's just asking, can I live for $200 a week, including tax? Fuck, I don't know. I just know that place is cheap. I know that the guy said it was cheap, and he's not dead yet. And he's been there for 3, 4, 5 years, probably.
Well, that's
Ted, is that right?
Then.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, so question number 3. Is it hard for a senior like myself to find a job? Yes. Yeah, it is. You didn't say how old you are. I'm going to guess you're probably in your...
No, didn't she in the first sentence?
59. Yeah, so...
Don't bother reading for content.
The problem... I don't know. Bookkeeper, right? Yeah, bookkeeper.
Well, you guys are practically, you're within, what, a year or 2 of each other?
You're kind of a dick, aren't you?
Only on Tuesdays.
Raiders stands for I'm a dick. No, I'm a little bit younger than 59. But the truth is, ageism is real. I'm 56. I'm 56 years old. Come on. That's hurtful. You're not very nice.
It's less than 1,000 days apart.
Ageism. Wow, that was well done, wasn't it? Ageism is real. And I think there's a lot of people who do bookkeeping. I mean, here's what I would do if I were you. I would go on to Craigslist, and I would see, do you see a lot of people offering that? My guess is that you probably do. And what is the skill set? So, for example, do you know QuickBooks? If you don't, I think you're toast today. I mean, you don't say who your normal customer is, but typically, if you're a bookkeeper, your customer is a small business person. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure.
Yeah. So if I'm a small business person, and actually not a super small, I mean, I've done my own books forever. You know, I know to the penny how much money I have and how much money I'm spending. But once you get to a certain size, let's say 10 employees, you don't want to be messing around with that. You hire a bookkeeper to do that kind of stuff. Either you bring them in-house or you hire them as an outside contractor. You have to have the tools that they want you to have. So for small businesses, there's a number of accounting software, but the most popular one, of course, is QuickBooks. And if you don't know QuickBooks, and I don't know if you do or not, I think you're toast. I think writing it down on a ledger and trying to keep it, and you're not saying that you are, but you do have to be up to speed. The unemployment rate here is extremely low. Again, we used to have, basically the employment rate right now is anybody who wants to work works.
It's the mirror test.
Basically.
Show up on time. Can you fog the mirror?
Yeah.
You're hired.
Yeah.
I think she should go a different route.
What do you think?
I think rather than saying, do you know QuickBooks and stay in the bookkeeping, I think you go to a little small either casino company or individual casino, like a dive type casino, and you go work in the accounting office.
See, I don't think that's a bad idea, but I think at 59 that might not be doable. Because ask yourself.
All those casino accounting offices are just full of old women.
Well, so I don't know, and I don't know.
Because they need someone.
I hire old people. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Nichols, everybody.
Here's your average casino accounting office needs someone that's available Monday through Friday in the daytime hours, who can get there on time, and who wants to make somewhere like $12 an hour.
Yep. Maybe
they're dying for those types of people.
Well, so I don't. That's interesting. I don't disagree with the concept. I don't agree. I don't know that I agree that they would be open to it. Again, I don't have a resume, so I don't know what the hell she's got going for. She may be an accounting goddess. I have no idea. But if she's not, I think there's a lot of people coming out who are good at it and who do it for cheap. And that's why I said do the Craigslist thing. The Craigslist thing is recon, is to see what's out there and what are people charging for it, and can you make a living at it. By the way, I'd have done that before I moved here if I was going down that path. Now she says she's on disability, so it doesn't seem like she has to rely completely.
Yeah, she can't make too much, that gets taken away.
That's right. So that's a good point too.
There are people that will. I'll tell you a funny casino industry anecdote. There are people, and this happens at least probably once every other month or so, where it's an old person playing a slot machine. They hit a jackpot. Of course, in Las Vegas, anything over $1,200 on a single pull requires a tax form.
Right.
And so we have people that will walk away or turn down the jackpot, because if it gets reported, it will put their Social Security or their disability in jeopardy.
Right? They turn it down. So what happens to that money?
That money will sit on unclaimed funds until it gets remitted to the state, and then the state will plant a tree or a park bench.
Is that right? So the state gets it?
Correct.
Isn't that interesting?
The state gets something like...
Really?
It's like a 70-30 split with the casino.
Oh, so they do keep a little bit. That's like gift cards. Did you know that for gift cards, the company cannot recognize the revenue of the gift card until the gift card has been used? So you have to set that money aside for some amount of time. Because I used to work in a business that worked with a lot of people who did gift cards. And they were complaining that, we were at spas. And we were giving out gift cards and no one was using them. We couldn't claim the money, so we had to set it aside. And I said, well, I know exactly how to solve that problem. I can get people to use those gift cards right away. Do this. And things got better. She continues.
Expiration date?
No. No. Wow. It was a bundling thing. It was my CDs, actually. I have been doing a lot of research. I am tired of being scared to move.
Put those things, then people will flee their homes.
It is
see what else they can do.
It is time for me to leave. It was one of these. Okay, that's enough. You don't get to hear that because you're not wearing your headphones that I spend thousands of dollars on. I have worked 40 years of my life in accounting. She's been in accounting since she's 19.
Boom.
Teresa should be all right.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Well, I mean, she might get mugged on the bus and then stay at the Seagull Suites,
Right.
but other than that,
I'm a little concerned with that.
you won't get shot. You'll get shot in Chicago.
Right, you'll just get stabbed here. Hang down your head, Tom Hooley. Here you go.
Tom Hooley says, hello.
Hi.
I watched a few of your videos on YouTube.
Fantastic.
Is this like the YouTube edition of living in Las Vegas?
YouTube is kind of the thing.
Gosh, do you have those videos monetized?
You know what? I'll tell you about that after dark, too.
I'm considering moving to Vegas because I haven't seen
I got screwed
my
on
residuals.
that, by the way.
I'm considering moving to Vegas early next year from Houston, Texas. So luckily, we caught this one before he moved in.
Neat.
So maybe our advice
What's the date on that one?
May.
I'm a little tardy.
He's still got 10 more months till the move.
See?
He is a hobbyist musician.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
But as for the moment, he makes his living as a server in the restaurant industry.
There's a
Just
few of
waiting
those.
for that album to drop. I have a history of management and a college degree, but the reason for my move is medical, a history of nasal polyps.
Oh, that's you know what?
This is
I was
the
in a band
TMI
called,
edition.
I was in a band called Nasal Polyps.
God.
Drummer. I was also in a band called A Cup Nipple Slip.
We've got Teresa telling us about her disability income. Tom's got nasal polyps.
Don't you think that'd be a great name for a metal
Nick's
band?
got an aneurysm. You know, this episode of Living in Las Vegas brought to you by WebMD.
Nasal Polyps.
So Tom, back to Tom and his medical conditions. Tom's highly allergic to grass and mold. I feel like, Tom, this is the wrong show.
Jesus, Tom.
You should have caught Inside Medicine when it
Right.
was still. I figure the dry environment will help, and the industry down there would be conducive to finding work.
It will.
I know Vegas has a high pollen count, but getting away from the
does.
humidity would help. He's considering
will.
getting a job here at a chain restaurant as to transfer then to Vegas.
Oh.
Or would you suggest coming out there and finding a job at a more local establishment? Also, I'm considering moving to the Northwest or Southwest. I have 2 dogs and would prefer to rent from an independent landlord over a company.
I wonder if he's allergic to the dogs. That may be the solution right there. Get rid of the dogs. Perhaps you're just, Buffy!
So in summary, Tom goes on, he doesn't want carpet. He prefers the windows to be no
Oh, you
larger
got to
than
read the
9
whole
by
thing.
14.
This sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Would you suggest any websites to help me find employment or housing, or a real estate or apartment finder?
Well, first of all, the live chat says he should probably have sent this email to the doctor. I agree. So, he had so many questions. What did he?
Yeah. Well, first off, do you recommend a chain restaurant and transferring in?
Yes.
Or just show up and just pound the pavement and see what he comes up
For a
with?
server, pound the pavement. I don't think that you really, well, I don't know, what do you think? I don't think you really need to do a transfer from Outback,
I would agree.
the #1 steak restaurant in Las Vegas,
Number one.
according to the
You can
idiots
get now
who
a
live here.
smothered blooming onion, which is enough calories, I think, for 3 days.
It's 4,500
So if you're
calories.
going out, if you're going to drive into the desert or something, get the blooming onion beforehand for
Basically,
sustenance.
it's for human camels. Just, I'll eat this blooming onion
No,
and go.
Tom can go to a place like downtown Summerlin,
All day.
which within less than a 1.5 mile walk probably has 18 restaurants.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And if he shows up, a neat, clean, professional appearance, cover up the tattoos,
Right.
that sort of thing, I'd imagine he'd have work in at least a week.
They're hiring all the time.
Restaurants
for
come and
servers.
go like
all the time.
the schedule for this show.
Well, the turnover of restaurant folks is pretty high. So
Turnover of restaurants is very high.
yeah, well that too. So I don't think you're going to have any problem whatsoever finding a job in the restaurant business. Now the restaurant business is a rough business in that you don't get minimum wage. You get whatever it is, $2.50 or some ridiculous deal
Cash tips,
because you get cash tips. I don't think. To me, that seems like a lot of work. I'm going to work at the Outback Steakhouse at Poughkeepsie in the hopes that they're going to send me over to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
No.
They're not. If you're a general manager, they might move you out, and you got to pay for expenses. But if you're waiting tables, Outback's not moving you, is my guess. So just come out here and do it. Northwest, Southwest, both are fine. You might want to try Hendertucky if you're good with a gun.
Of the two, Southwest is better. I was just having a conversation with someone that Northwest is starting to get dicey.
Well, so Southwest is better. Dicey? Mm-hmm. At Centennial Hill?
Yeah.
Please. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The cops just shot a guy in the Kohl's parking lot up there the other day because he tried to shoot them.
You know why? They call that Tuesday. You don't. Here's a tip from your buddy Scott. If you have a chat with a Metro officer, comply. That's all I'm saying. Now, I actually didn't listen to that. Got into an argument with a guy, and I'm still here to live about it.
Wow.
But my black friends said we never would have done that because we would have been in jail. Okay,
How long ago
Northwest.
was this?
2 years ago.
Oh, well, that was before, yeah.
Before they had Mag 9s or whatever those
Right.
things are. So Northwest, I think it's fine out there. The problem with Northwest, is it's just far away.
Here's the problem with
for
Northwest is it's more affordable and AKA cheaper. And you know what that draws in? Riffraff.
Good point. And we don't think Tom's a riffraff guy, do we?
No. No, Tom's a hardworking. He's a hobbyist musician.
Southwest
He's just waiting to get signed on the.
What's that?
Mountain's Edge.
Oh Jesus! What's that place in
Mountain's
South?
Edge.
Mountain's Edge. Yeah, it's a lot of folks, younger folks, young couples, young families down at the Southwest. And let me ask you something. I make fun of Kentucky all the time because it's just ripe for making fun of. But is there
second biggest city in Nevada?
Right? Is there a good place to move in there? Are there apartments there? I mean,
absolutely.
I know it's a stupid question,
everywhere.
but do they have that?
You've got those major streets: Warm Springs, Sunset, Stephanie, Galleria by the mall. There's oh my gosh, over by Windmill and Stephanie, or if you go down the 95 by Green Valley Ranch.
Yep.
They cannot build the apartment complexes quick enough. There's
a lot of people in the live chat talking about this, by the way, that there's nothing wrong with Henderson. Doggone it, I got a lot of friends in Henderson. They're good people. Of course, it's Ted, and Ted loves everybody. And I think he's probably just talking about you. I got a lot of friends. You.
I like Ted.
Ted's a good guy.
I love Ted.
I haven't really heard much about apartments there. I've always thought of it as more of a bedroom community kind of thing, but you're saying no.
No, here's a great example. I know a guy, I went to a meeting last week where a man manages an apartment complex in the Northeast, okay, on Hollywood and Lake Mead.
Northeast,
so way in the Northeast.
Right.
And he was saying that one bedroom, his complex has 1 bedroom to 3 bedroom apartments that start anywhere from $1,100 to $1,300. He said if you picked up his complex and dropped it into Henderson, it would be $1,300 to $1,800.
Yeah. You can't hear this, but that's the ambulance sound of the East.
Especially the Northeast.
By the way, when should I keep? I'm going to stop picking on him.
Oh, please, come on.
Did he get his car stolen?
No, I'm just saying. So when Nick drives to the studio, you hear the ambulance following him just in case something goes wrong because he's from the East Side. You never know where he's from. Okay, and what else? Website, define employment or housing or real estate or apartments. Let's
Zillow.
See.
Realtor.com.
Yeah, rent.com if you're renting.
Now, those rent.com it's sponsored listings, which are these larger complexes.
All right. I actually do Craigslist. Again, this show is brought to you by.
You have to be Craigslist savvy.
Well, yeah,
a lot of scams.
Yeah, don't be an idiot. But yeah, you're right. That's true. But I would do Craigslist because Craigslist actually gives you a nice base of what you can expect. For employment, Indeed.com.
I like Indeed.
Is really a great.
But for
site.
a server, do you think a restaurant?
He doesn't need to. You know what he's
jobs?
going to do? All he has to do is basically go in the paper, and there are going to be 15 fucking ads in the paper that said, "We're Outback. We'd like to get
Do you
somebody."
think they even put ads in the paper?
Well, where do you go for that?
I think you show up.
Right.
You put on a nice shirt, a tie, slick the hair back.
Well, you might be right.
Like I said, cover the tattoos, and
You
just
might
say,
be right.
"Hey, new to town. I've got serving experience. You guys looking for anyone? Do you
You
have
might
any
be right.
applications?"
You might be right. Okay, next one up. This is from. I like when you read. It's kind of fun. It's from Greg, who's in the live chat.
Greg from the live chat writes, "Hey Scott,
Hey,
again, what the fuck?"
that's the first time I've heard you cuss in, let's say, a year. Since you become a father,
Something's different.
I've noticed that you haven't cussed much.
Well, this is my outlet now. So, anyways, okay, yeah,
My
again,
evil darkness
right.
has taken over.
Hey Scott, I was able to catch the show tonight, but not able to partake in the chat because of Adobe issues. Adobe getting rid of Flash, I think I read.
Yes. Yes.
The NHL expansion draft is held on June 21st. Again, just a little, or just the timeliness, the deadlines didn't line up.
We're unbelievably busy.
But anyways, Greg, I digress. The expansion draft was held on June 21st at T-Mobile Arena, and he was hoping that you could include a bit about what it entails on the next show.
Yes.
There was some ice. There were some guys missing teeth.
No.
They're now on the team.
That's not how the expansion draft, Mr. Raiders. That's not how
Yes,
it works.
it is. It's
No, it's
exactly
not.
how it works.
They're not. There was no ice. There was no teeth on the ground. It was basically thievery. Very well. You should actually
What do
know
you
this
mean there's
because
no
of the
ice and
Raiders.
there's no teeth on the
Basically,
ground?
what happens in the expansion draft is we, the Vegas Knights, we go to every single team and go, we'll take one of your guys, and you can't do shit about it. Now, you can cover a couple of your guys. You can make them whatever you call them, special guys,
Protected.
or protected guys. But we're popping every one of you. Now, here's the real question: do we get anybody worth a shit?
The goalie's supposed to be good.
And the answer is, come to find out, we did. One of the co-op members, Mark Savard, who's a
Hypnotist is the word
hypnotist
you're
here.
looking
Huh? What's the matter? Oh, does this bother you? Sorry. Mark Savard, who's a hypnotist here on the Strip, big headliner kind of guy. And
Former Talk Tales guest.
and he's a co-op member, is a big hockey guy. He's from Canada.
Oh,
and I
wow,
asked him about this, and he said,
redundant.
we actually got some pretty good guys. So we might actually have a decent team, which means that we're going to lose 60 out of 80 games.
Well, how many
probably.
games? How many games are you going to?
84.
Because
I'm
you bought
going to-
tickets.
We got a quarter season pass.
Okay.
There's 80 games.
Okay.
So 40.
Well, 40 at home.
so
yeah.
and so we got 10 games.
Okay.
And
Did you get parking to go with that?
no.
So
No, you have to be like a super VIP to be able to do
So
that. And we're not.
where? So for those hockey season, they're dropping the puck October 10th. So where do you plan on parking
I'm going to park at New York.
and pay?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
I'm not going to pay, but I am cheating the system, baby. At least for now, until I get caught. I won't pay until September. Oh shit! When's the first game?
October.
Oh, son of a bitch! I got to make a phone call. I got to make some changes.
Greg started playing hockey when he was 4, and the newly established
Such a
team
braggart.
was a big reason why he finally moved to Las Vegas.
This is it.
Apparently.
Fantastic.
He personally won't be drafted. That's amazing. Shocking.
Look
I
at
thought.
you.
But he's still a big fan of the sport.
Okay, well, good. So we're all very excited about that. Next
So what's the
question.
first game you're going to? Have you picked your games yet?
Yes.
How does that? Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is for the they have a full season, they have half season,
And
and
then
quarter
you got the
season.
quarter.
And we did a quarter season, and then they called it hearts, diamonds, spades, clubs. You could pick one of the groups, and they're already pre-grouped for you. You couldn't handpick games.
Okay.
So we picked our games. One of our games actually is on New Year's Eve. Like 4 o'clock. I thought that'd be kind of fun. New Year's Eve, go see a hockey game.
Oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass if they start closing the strip at.
Yeah, but you can get in from
5
the
and
backside.
6.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem at all. The backside, it's easy.
All right.
It's gonna be easy. We're looking forward to it.
I'm a nice guy. I just
you
go
been to
front
T-Mobile?
door. I don't like back door.
Have you been to T-Mobile?
I have. Mhm.
Good talk. That was fun, right? Pender Tucky. We don't like backdoor. Sure you don't. Giddy up, squeal like a pig. I like it. Oink, oink. Come on there, little piggy.
Yeah, no, I saw basketball at the T-Mobile.
Who? What?
It was a Pac-12 conference
Oh,
tournament.
okay. Did you go to any of those NBA summer league things?
I didn't. I was going to, but because I went
Who's that one guy?
2 or 3 years ago.
The Laker guy.
Yes. LeVar Ball. Well, LeVar Ball's the dad. This is...
Who's insane, apparently.
Was something else ball.
Something else about basketball.
No. There's
Billy
LeVar.
Ball.
All their names
Baseball.
start with La. There's LeVar, LaMelo.
Letitia.
Yeah.
All right, John Herman wants to know, hey, Scott and Pimpin' Wayne.
Finally. Who is it?
This is John Herman
John Herman.
from New York City. I was watching your latest podcast that was taped in the lounge, the Groovy Lounge. What the fuck is that mannequin on the right side of you? Is that some sort of strange sex toy? John from New York City. P.S. I'm no longer in broadcasting. John used to work for a major broadcasting company in New York City. I will not tell you anything about who they are, but big time. But now that he's no longer a part of that big 3-letter company, he can use the word fuck. Way to go, John. No, that was that's actually the host of House Seats Presents, Bryce Krausman. He has a cardboard cutout, and I think we all should have a cardboard cutout. Here's the one of Nick. Or this, maybe. Here, camera 2. Here's Nick's cardboard.
Yes, that's the one. That,
He's got several.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put them all over the place.
I used house seats for the first time.
You signed up and then just used it? Or
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Carrot Top.
Right?
Yeah.
And what did you think of Carrot Top?
Funny. I
The
like Carrot
funniest
Top.
fucking show on the strip.
Uh-huh.
The
Well, I
funniest
don't know.
show.
I haven't seen enough to say that.
The funniest
But
show on the strip.
It was very good.
The show is brought to you by Carrot Top. Funniest show on the strip is Carrot Top. How are we doing on time there? Look at the recording time.
44.
Ah, okay, let's do one more. What we got to do, Haddam?
Yeah, I would recommend him.
Funny. And that's a good show, by the way, to get on House Seats. He is funny. When I was there, I saw him, I've seen him 3 or 4 times. Saw him once on my birthday. I was about this level with him, so about, what, four
It's not
rows
a
up?
large auditorium.
No, it's a good place.
Which is confusing because you have to walk through 300 yards
We
of
got to go
hallway
for the
to get
Nile
there.
because you're in the
Right.
Luxor.
But then you get to and you're like, well, this isn't that deep. Why do I have to walk that far?
And you get there and you're like, let's see, Titanic, I know how that ends. Or Carrot Top, comedy. Titanic, death, Carrot
Or
Top,
bodies.
comedy.
Don't forget bodies.
Or right. I can see the inside of bodies, or
Right.
death, or Carrot Top. I'm going to see Carrot Top.
Yeah.
How could he not be selling out every single night? Okay. Last
Oh, it was
question
full.
from Food for You Too. And they write, this, by the way, is dated 7/26.
Well, I mean, that's just.
We're caught up.
That's current.
We are planning to relocate to Las Vegas in 3 years. I could have actually put this one aside for a couple
Right.
years, and no one would
We'll
have
set it for
mattered.
the next viewer
Right?
mail. Yeah. And let's address.
I
his-
should just put this one back. We're not going to do this.
Let's address his email on our next blog.
All right. Okay, Mr. Blogman. Looking for a nice, quiet area. Still too young for a senior citizen property. No kids, but need a yard for 2 large dogs. Only need 2 bedrooms, so not looking for 2,000 square feet. Thanks for your help.
Henderson.
Henderson. That mountain place at the bottom called
Mountain's Edge.
Mountain's
but,
Edge.
But Mountain's Edge, the only problem is you're a little away from that. You got to take Blue Diamond to get to the freeway.
See, I think that's a huge problem. But everybody keeps going down there. Here's
They
the
do.
thing.
But Henderson, easy access to the 215, the 95.
So these people are retiring, is my guess. Well, hold on. Still too young for senior citizen properties. So actually,
So they're your age.
yeah, they could be. You shut up. You don't get to laugh
Truth
anymore.
hurts.
Sure, Hendertucky, Summerlin. Those are the only 2 places that you should live.
Just here's and there's nice places downtown. Some of those lofts.
There is nothing downtown for senior citizens and 2 dogs.
They're not senior citizens.
Almost seniors.
Yeah, I was taking a step back from their email because we keep
Only
keep
need 2
talking,
bedrooms. Not looking for 2,000 square feet. Thanks for your help.
Separate from that, I just want to make a global statement, and
Okay.
that was that we talked a lot today about Henderson, the Southwest. You've mentioned Summerlin. There are nice places in downtown, not necessarily for them,
Nope.
but condos. Really, if you just avoid Nick's neighborhood,
Right?
you'll pretty much be fine.
Right. The reason why Nick hangs out here so often is because he's sick of hearing that as his alarm
Yeah.
clock. Time to wake
And
up.
where
hon.
you used to live, that was just way too far.
That was so good to start with. That's actually depending on what you want to do. Look at Aliante is not
You
a
don't
bad
like to
place.
go anywhere.
You know what it is? It wasn't. We had no problem getting there. It was 25 minutes to the strip, you big baby. The problem we had is people like you saying, "What's it like to live in South Reno?" Oh, that's gonna be the goal. I haven't heard that before. It takes too long. Right? Okay.
It does.
It was a little long. We've got friends that live by M, by the way, the M Resort. Guess what?
Charter a plane.
Too
to see
far.
them, yeah.
That's a long damn drive. Okay, I think we're all caught up, and that means it's time for Have a Drink on Me. Wow. Oh, I don't even. Not really sure what to tell you at this point. Can't hear a goddamn thing because that was louder than my first wife yelling at me for who knows what. Okay, time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a speakeasy or a pub or a lounge. Sometimes depends.
Right.
And you guess.
Depends about the vibe, because I mean you're 56, so it's not you're not welcome everywhere.
56 hanging out though. Okay, first class. I show you the picture. You send an email to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Where?
Where? You just
Have a drink.
You just said it.
Say it again.
Have a drink at Vegas LiLVVideoNetwork.com.
Now, we have big news.
Don't we have a key for that?
We have a lower third, but I'm afraid that if I ask him to put it up, his head will explode.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if you can do it. These, go under lower thirds. You should see one for have a drink. Hit, hover it and do A. Let's see if you can do it.
Like that?
Boom! Look at you, you rat bastard.
I got that.
Okay, now what happens when you make it go away? You lose the lower third, don't you?
Right. So I go back to show.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen! Oh, that was, I'm so proud of him.
The crawl stuff.
Nick Nichols. Why is the crawl not crawling anymore?
We probably killed it.
They probably killed the crawl. So here's the big news. Jimmy 2Gs won last week. And I sent him an email, or 2 weeks ago, I should say.
I was here. I drew his name. It
That's
was a
right,
bonus
you did.
entry.
It was huge. Oh, I forgot a fucking hat. I sent him an email. I said, "Hey, winner, you know, what would you like? Would you like a hat or a visor or what?" And he said, "Nope." He goes, "I've won everything there is to win. I'm the luckiest man in the world."
Everything?
He said he won everything.
He's got all 3 CDs.
That's what he said.
Wow.
I'm not going to debate the guy over email. I'm just like, this guy's a giver. He goes, "I want you to give my gift, my victory, to a newbie, somebody new." And then I decided, horrible idea.
Right.
I'm not giving it to anybody. No.
Yeah, you forfeit.
Here's what we're going to do. The live chat's going to decide who gets this Jimmy gift, we're going to call it. And it's going to only be available to people who are in the live chat and who've never won before. So first, I want to, for the people who are in the live chat, please let me know if you've ever won Have a Drink on Me before. And by the way, this week's while you guys are doing that, let's show last week's Have a Drink. Last week's Have a Drink for 308 was this graphic here. Wow, 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 wow. Get that off there. Thank you. So don't bring up that browser like you did.
I won't.
Oh, okay. So that was last week's Have a Drink on Me. The clues were Portofino, and Portofino.
Oh, that's what you meant by Portofino. Got it.
Okay, so Gregor says he'll buy me a drink if he gives me a hat. Nope. Jags has won, but I never received anything. Oh, you're right, because I owe a couple people some stuff. Did I say, hey, Jags, did I send you an email?
Truth comes out.
I have one once. All right, I know who this is.
So what you're
going
saying
to.
is your prize fulfillment is just like your email.
I'm a little tardy on the
You're
prize.
just, uh-huh.
I'm a little tardy. I'm under a lot of pressure. Don't. AK
Right.
Wait.
You were under a lot of mudslides.
Let's
is
go
what you were
through.
under.
AK Fire, have you won anything? Ben, have you won anything? And we know Don Florkey hasn't won anything. Right? I know you've won, Mr. Testy. I haven't sent your visor yet. I know. I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry.
Someone's got to get to the post office.
I do. So, you know what? The post office sucks. I don't like it. I've never won,
Could go to the
but I've
FedEx
never
store,
entered.
But
Ted's never won, but he's never entered. He doesn't get anything. Ben, all right, that's it. I'm going to give it to Ben. Ben wins. Boom. Ben, send me an email. Congratulations, Ben. You're in. That's how you work. Okay.
right place, right time.
Now, what happens? Let's go ahead and tell people what they can win. Are you ready? La-da-dee, stand by. Is it this one? Hold on. Yeah. What do they win?
By the time winter gets here, so let's say November, December, January, you're really going to wish Scott would have mailed out that hat you won 3 months ago. But instead,
I suck.
wait patiently because spring of 2018 will be coming.
Camera two, big boy.
In which you can don, D-O-N, the Vegas Studio Network visor. Again, it won't help you when temperatures dip out there. But hey, you know, spring of 18, summer of 18, you can say to yourself, wow, it's like leaving a 20 in a pair of pants that go through the laundry, and then it's a surprise when you find it like a week or two later because you forgot that it was even coming.
That's nice. Or,
Hey, do you want to be driven out of your house as well as that one emailer?
That's happy.
To, I forget what he went to go do, ride the bus or I don't know,
Oh, yeah.
go to Siegel Suites. At any rate, hey, if you're living at the Siegel Suites, you know what would really clean that place up? Some smooth guitar music. You can put on Jazzathon, Crisp Acoustic, or Crisp Acoustic 2, and it'll just, if nothing else, drone those gunshots out.
okay. Or,
Hey, there's a beer. Scott will, you know.
Buy you one.
Buy you one, yeah.
thank you very much there, Wayneski. Okay, we had, what are we going to do for a capturing device? What did we do last time? We used that drawer, didn't we? That was weird.
No, Sammy had a hat.
Did I? Oh, no, I mean here last time.
Oh yeah, you put them in the drawer.
Yeah, they're still in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this.
Here's what you do.
What?
You throw them. No. You
What do you got?
throw them all in the air, and the last one to hit the ground is the winner.
Oh, no, this is good. Look at this. Nice.
Oh, that's not as fun.
That's good. Okay, here, hold that. It's like one of those magician bags where I pull out a bunny, or my reputation as a.
No.
Where did that go? Okay, here we go. Let's see, 10 out of 10. And again, it was Portofino. Number 1, Bill B. And he's the first. He gets 1 for the correct answer. Actually, I'll hold this. Bill B. 1 for the first correct answer.
Bill Burr, maybe comedian.
Just go Bill B.
Okay.
Bill B.
We never did figure out where Hamden is, did we?
Let's say we don't know.
Okay.
Put that in there.
Yep. Go ahead.
Next up, we've got Dan Jaggers, Jags53. He already is a previous winner. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat. Hopefully, I'll be able to disappoint him twice in a row.
Oh, yeah. That's
good living right there. Next up, we've got Justin Harrell, also known as...
These people are going to be multiple winners. You're just going to have to send out care packages.
I'm going to go here. Take Nick. He'll stay at your house for a week, and he'll watch your car. Next up is AK Fire. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat. And there we go. Next up, we've got Mr. Testy. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat. Yes, I know that you've sent me your request, and I haven't sent it out to you, Mr. Testy. I just haven't done it. I suck. Next, we've got Monica Fagan. 1 for the correct answer. I don't think she's in today. Nope. Okay. Next up, we've got Andy in New Hampshire. Then we've got Mike Beatty, who writes, "Can't wait to meet you in Las Vegas." He is a winner of the Haddam, and he asked to meet me. That's coming up. I actually will fulfill.
He asked for a drink or to meet you?
To meet me, and for a drink.
Because
he's a winner.
Meet you first?
He's a winner. He's a Haddam winner. Next up, we've got AJ Holla, who says, "Fun episode last week. Keep up the good work." Okay, all right. Fair enough. And then Mike Q, who's in the live chat, 1 for the correct answer, and 1 for being in the live chat. And very good news. First, I'm going to read the email from this gentleman, and then we're going to play his video. We're going to be playing his Haddam video coming up in a second here. Are you ready for that almost? Pops, our good friend Pops is back. Welcome back, Pops. Pops writes, "Dear Scott and Wayne."
Finally.
Right.
Well, second time.
This episode's correct Haddam answer is Portofino at Mirage. If I win, I'll pass the prize along to another player, hopefully someone who hasn't won before. Although it might be fun to see how many of these people like Mike Q and Steve I would win and continue to pass the prizes just to see how many attempts it takes before you get a taker. I'm back on my feet after nearly losing my big toe to a serious burn injury. I saw a picture.
Oh,
It wasn't great. I'm healing just in time, too, because it was the big toe on my left foot, which is his bass drum foot.
Oh. I thought left foot is hi-hat foot.
No, left foot. Oh, he's actually a left-handed drummer.
Oh, because usually left foot is hi-hat.
That's right.
Right foot is bass drum.
That's correct. Because I play all backwards and shit. Look at you just getting on that. I just met up with a group of musicians near my age. He's a little older.
Yeah.
And that play classic rock and some really cool and fairly eclectic stuff. Just lost their drummer to foot disease. So careful. And have shows booked, and they don't want to cancel starting in mid-September. It turns out that we all know the same people, so references checked out. They checked on me. I checked on them. And we started rehearsal next week. So after hobbling around all spring and half the summer, now me dances. Cheers, Pops. And here's Pops' video entry.
Wow, it's been a while. Kind of forgotten how to do this. Hey! Is this thing on?
Yep, there it is.
Hey, kids! This week's correct Haddam answer is Portofino at the Mirage. It's the kind of place that doesn't put prices on the menu, where you gotta get dressed up to go drinking. This is about as dressy as it's ever gonna get, so I guess I'm putting a big thumbs down on this one, huh?
So I can't hear it, but I listened to it previously, and I would argue Pops is still on meds. Thank you for the 3, 2, 1. I thought that was really cute.
It was like, remember Wayne's World?
I thought that was super cute. He's like, I can see what's happening in front of me.
Look.
3, 2, 1. Mr.
Now I'm
Whitney.
doing too much.
Mr. Whitney. That was good. All right.
He was like 3, 2, 1.
one. That Whitney guy's a jerk. All right, here we go. Ready? Mm-hmm. Pick a winner.
I always pick the winner. You pick the winner.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
How exciting.
I'm a giving type person.
Here, smile.
60 minutes. Yeah, come on.
Here we
We're
go.
going to be on time.
Justin Heron, AK Fire. Congratulations. I think he's a first-time winner as well. Attaboy, big boy. You're going to get yourself a hat. You're going to get yourself a visor, I should say, a CD, or a drink on your buddy Scott. Here is this week's Have a Drink on Me. And here are your clues.
Oh, this is like level 1. This is beginner level on the
Clue
on
number
the
1.
difficulty scale.
Clue number 1. Named after the guy who founded the casino in which it's located. This bar is named after the guy who founded the casino in which it's
I don't know if
located.
that's historically accurate, but okay.
According to the website, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his thing. That's always been his thing. I know you're thinking out Cortez a little bit, but it's the other one. No, it's his. Okay, next one. Hint number 2. He didn't much care for his nickname, which may have killed a few guys who actually used it in front of him. He wasn't real fond of his nickname, which is the name of this bar. As a matter of fact, I think he may have killed a few people for using that same nickname. Very much the way Nick looks at me now as we prepare to end our show. And finally, this is the first time this particular casino has ever been featured on Haddam.
Wow. Dare I say, my favorite strip casino.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
Because it was one of the first places I stayed. The rooms are nice.
No kidding.
There's some fun non-gaming amenities to do. Yeah.
Name one fun non-gaming amenity to do
Again,
that.
it would give it away.
Just go ahead.
I used to like to wake up in the morning, go downstairs,
Uh-huh.
and see some of the namesake.
Okay. And that's it for our show. Period. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. We're not going to do it.
Yeah, we
I've fucked it up.
passed
again.
that one.
Yeah. I was supposed to do Galaxy of Gods, and I didn't do it. Were you ready for that?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Do it. Let's see what you're made of.
All right. You
Go ahead. Yeah, let's see. Steve and Robert and Christina and Danny and Don and Jackie and Ken and Michael, and you can skip a few like Q and Pops and Rosie. And then there is Shannon and Carol and Bob's wife and the dog and Jimmy Who and a bunch of stuff and Michael and Rob and Craig D and Stuart and Chris and your buddy Scott. And then there's Wayne and Brett's dad, and let's not forget Brett. Okay, good job. I want to remember that next time. You handled that real well. That's a Zika virus. I'll be all
Not
right.
contagious though, because
I got a look at this thing, man. You see that big red thing? That's a bug bite.
Oh, let me zoom.
this is like WebMD.
It is.
yeah.
All right, we're done. Oh,
Scott's done.
That's
for sure.
That's not nice. Okay, hey, a couple of ways that you can reach out to us. You can send us an email to onairq@livinginlv.com. Right down there, as a matter of fact, onairq@livinginlv.com. If you want to leave us a voicemail, go to the Vegas Video Network website. Click on the little tab on the right side. There'll be a little thing that pops up. You'll say start recording. Because you have a microphone on your computer, you'll be able to leave us a voicemail. Oh, that was interesting. Why did it do that? Don't do that again. We're on iTunes. If you like us on iTunes, give us a 5-star review. And we're on the iTunes. The YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Share it with all
Everyone's
your
saying it's on
friends.
YouTube.
We're always on the YouTube. We're on Roku, 53,000 things. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google Fire TV, Google Play, and of course, the Vegas Video Network. I'm Scott. That there. I don't like the way that's repeating. That sucks. I'm Scott. That there is Wayne from Hendertucky. We'll see you guys next 2 weeks from now, later on Living in Las Vegas podcast. Take care, everybody.
tick,